Scorpio, welcome to my weekly tarot love channel. I am the Tarot Muse, and I just need to announce that I'm on the ocean on an island in the Philippines, so we may be hearing children playing, motorboats, etc., just noises of the beach, so hopefully it won't disturb you. So I'm tuning into your cards. This is for Scorpio, the collective, and their other. And today I'm going to be exploring the feelings and the intentions between you and the other in the past, present, and future, as well as the unifying energies between the two of you. And then we'll see what the best direction forward is based on what has come up in the reading. Okay, so just give me a moment to pick all the cards and then we can dive straight in. Alrighty. What is the overarching theme? Okay, needing to walk away. I'm just going to turn these cards upside down. There we go. Okay, so on this side I pick the feelings, and on this side I pick the intentions or the actions. And I often find that the two don't correlate because the head and the heart are often not in sync because of the ego or fears. So I feel that the feelings are the deeper parts of ourselves, of what it is that we're wanting, and so often are a more true representation of what's going on. So what are the unifying energies between Scorpio and their other? The unifying energies between Scorpio and their other. Alrighty. Okay, Scorpio, so it's interesting because the card that has come up for you with regards to the theme of the reading is walking away from something emotional that is no longer serving you, something that has kind of run its course. So we will find out now what that is about. Unifying energies between the two of you have to do with stability and grounding. So both of you feel the desire to endure this relationship. Endure is the wrong word. To go the long haul, to slow and steady wins the race. You both feel a stability and a grounding in this connection. You're also both reviewing something that has happened in the relationship. And then lastly, there is a sweetness, a unifying sweetness, possibly even nostalgia between the two of you, a longing for what was. Alright, so I'm going to pick 3 Lenormand cards just to get more information. Okay, paths, fish, and child. Let's get one more. Whip and tower. Okay, so there was some conflict that has happened or is happening, and it's creating isolation between the two of you. Fish is coming up, which has to do with either abundance or money, so abundance within the connection, or perhaps struggles with money, and then paths. And paths is about 2 options in terms of choices, taking a new direction, and possibly the paths around money are creating new obstacles and conflict, which is causing isolation between the two of you. So the trust card has fallen out, and let's see what else is coming up. And the trust card is asking for trust, trusting in something higher within this connection. Participation, so participation is about the exchange between you and the other, as well as interacting with others. And then the last card is the card of maturity and ripeness. So ripeness is coming up, and ripeness talks about ready to let go of something, ready to release something. And possibly that ties into what this Eight of Cups card is about as well, like walking away from something. It could be an old way, an old pattern, an old belief system, an old emotional response or reaction. Or it could be, I'm not seeing walking away from the relationship just yet. So let's dive into it. I see that in the past there was a very strong bond between the two of you. The unifying energies are very strong. Your intentions are both for a deep, heartfelt love. The Queen of Cups is coming up. Your actions, you showing this love to each other. And there's also a really strong feeling of emotional fulfillment between the two of you. For you, Scorpio, the Star card is coming up in your feelings for the other, and they're your wishes, they're your dreams, they're what you've wished for. For them, the Hierophant card is coming up, and this talks about for them the desire to create stability and structure and security and a home life with you. And so the general well-being between the two of you is really good. There's happiness there. Your intentions in the past is really about you really watching the relationship and watching to see if it, the Judgment card is coming up with your intentions, and perhaps your intentions are to expand and to evolve through this relationship and to grow and to rise up. And for them, they're experiencing a lot of, they're learning a lot, and it's almost like they're students in this relationship around you. The Page of Swords, possibly not students, but there's their intentions is to learn. I think that's a good word to use. Or to learn, to grow. They're curious with you. They're exploring with you. So then, if we come to the present moment, something happens, Scorpio, because we've got the Trust card coming up. And it's created some kind of detachment in you, even though they're still feeling love for you. The Sun card is coming up for them. They feel that you illuminate their lives, you bring joy to their life. And yet the Trust card, the Seven of Swords, is coming up for you in the present moment. So something has happened. The intentions for you, however, are still for the relationship, but something has broken your trust. The Hangman card is coming up for them in their intentions. And yet, despite this all, both of you are still for the relationship. However, in your feelings, there is a new detachment that has come through, which has created the detachment in both of you now. So even though you both still focused on the relationship, something is off a little bit. So let's find out what that Trust card is about. Control, isolation, walking away from the relationship. Okay, and why walking away? Okay, so there's this theme of some kind of possibly betrayal happened, or someone did something, possibly to do with control, possibly, the Hermit card is coming up, so maybe because you are, and also the Tower card is coming up over here, and both of these talk about isolation, being alone, although the Hermit is more about going inwards. So yeah, something to do with either wanting to be alone or having been alone, possibly even being separated. It's created some kind of control within the relationship, and somebody did something where what it did was it cracked something in the relationship. It created some kind of betrayal, and so this may have broken your trust a little bit, because the betrayal or whatever it was that happened, it hurt both of you. And taking charge. Okay, yeah. So it created some kind of conflict between the two of you, and it was, the Child card is coming up. So there was something childish about it. So sensing that it would have been them. I'm sensing that they were the ones that did something. So in the future, what I'm seeing is this is starting to become a burden for you. And I see you as the Knight of Swords in your feelings. So you start seeing the other person as, it's almost like you've gone from kings and queens to knights, because they see you as, that you both seeing each other as impulsive. You're seeing them as the Knight of Swords, so someone who charged in too quickly. This is what your feelings are for them. You feel that they charged in too quickly. It could also mean that you appreciate their intellectual responses and approach, and it could also mean that they appreciate your passion and sexuality and drive. Because the High Priestess's card is coming up in the feelings for both of you. So the High Priestess is the card of mystery and the unknown. It's an intuitive card, and so how you feel about each other right now is possibly not knowing what the other's feeling, but waiting to see what happens. I want to get 3 cards to see what follow that card, because yeah, you're carrying some kind of burden over here, and despite it, and they're also, the Two of Pentacles is coming up, so they're juggling something, they're managing something in their intentions with the relationship. So just, yeah, 3 cards to see where this follows from here, what happens next. So we've got the Empress, Ace of Wands, and the Death card. Okay, so the Death, so this talks about returning to a place of contentment and peace, and just a really good feeling of well-being. Sorry, there's mosquitoes here that I'm being bitten by. I just can't see them. I am in the jungle. So yeah, so feeling of contentment, but also it's a lot to do with sensuality, because the Ace of Wands is coming up. So some kind of new creative beginning, returning back to a place of contentment. Excuse me. Returning back to a place of contentment and some kind of new creative beginning. There we go. New creative beginning, new creative passion, and then it's talking about a death. So the death could be something dying within the relationship, something dying within your feelings and your emotions. It could be you taking a stand against something, standing up against something, and something dying around that. But I have the King of Cups over here, and the King of Cups rules Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. So yeah, death to, and there's a heartbreak that's happened. So something has happened, and you know, Scorpio, you're incredibly available and passionate and loving, but when pushed, you can shut down very quickly. Well, not very quickly, but if you push to a certain point, there's a shutdown that can happen, and it's very hard to undo that. It's the Scorpio sting. And I see that there has been some kind of heartbreak or betrayal. I sense it has to do with this trust card over here. And the death card for you is about you taking a stand against whatever this heartbreak is. So let's just find out what this heartbreak card is about. What is this heartbreak card about? Okay. Alright, so yeah, it's talking about accessing your inner strength, working with your whatever the demons are that have come up for both of you in the relationship, and working at changing your perspective around whatever control it is that you may be holding. So this death card may not necessarily be about something ending. It could be about something transforming, something that is needing to be walked away from within your being. So I want to see what is the best way forward for Scorpio. What is the best way for Scorpio to proceed? 3 cards, please. best way for Scorpio to proceed. Ah, that one had to come out. Okay, so this is good. It talks about working towards happiness, working towards the happiness within the relationship. So I sense that what those cards were talking about is finding a new way of being with whatever is being challenged for you. So instead of shutting it out or blocking it, it's finding a new way to resolve it. So allowing yourself to get past whatever stubbornness may be coming up in order to resolve the situation, because I do have very strong cards between the two of you, and I can see that for you it really is about working towards emotional fulfillment within the connection, working with your other, planning and preparing for a new way to get to this place of happiness, despite the loss that has happened, because we do have a Page of Cups, which is talking about a new emotional beginning. And we do have the Wheel of Fortune card, which is talking about returning back to a place of abundance within the connection. This is possible. So I hope that shed some light for you, Scorpio. And if you enjoyed that, please like and subscribe to my channel. And thank you for watching. Bye for now.